Good morning for you guys. It's evening for me. I want to get our spring system filled up with water and check out the underground water system that we're feeding down all the way to the barn, the workshop, and our other pastures. I have the spring plugged off up here so that way water cannot get into the spring box, but we need to unplug that so it fills, and we'll let it fill up, and then we'll get the air out of the lines. Then we'll check for leaks, and then in the morning I can check and see if there's any leaks. We'll see if it holds water overnight. So let me get this opened up and we'll get some water flowing. I put a plastic bag over it. That is our water outlet, so we're not too far from there. Let's head on down to the barn, and we will make sure the hydrant is on, the furthest one down, because that's going to be the lowest elevation. So that one should really let all of the air out. So sometimes we got to bleed the system. I'm hoping now that we have the water line so far down that will get all of the air out. Got the hydrant open, so now we just wait and see how long it takes to get the water down here and get the air out. I can hear air in the system, so it's definitely working its way out. That's pretty cool. Let's see if you can hear it. You hear the air rushing out? That's coming out of the line. That's pretty cool. You can hear the air coming out. Today we put in just shy of 500 feet of 1.25 inch water line, and we probably already had 300 or more. That's cool, hearing all the air coming out. So it'd be interesting to see how long it takes. Oh, I can hear water starting to gurgle. I missed it. We got water. I'll get the hose on and run it away from the ditch, and then I'll go check some of the other ones. Still air in the line, but getting there. Brutus is out playing with Cookie. I think I left a couple of the other hydrants on, so we'll check the ones as we're working our way up. But I feel like for some reason the one by Miles I had left on. So let's check these ones first. Nice. Draining. Oh. Got some good flow. It's got more air in it, but when it's got the air out of it, it's got good flow. I like that. And we have the one over by Miles running, so that's really good. Cut it off. It's draining. Let's go check the one by Miles and get that shut off, and then we have one other one to bleed, and then we'll go back and check and see how the hose is doing. Look at that nice sunset. Miles, evening. Wow, this one's got some good pressure coming out of it. Ow, that's got good pressure. Oh wow, we really filled that up. We might have to wait a day or two before we check to see if that one's leaking, but we got good pressure over there. I bet you we have even better pressure now over at the barn that one's off. Let's check our fittings over here, see if they're leaking. Everything looks nice and dry from here. Everything looks dry on this one. Let's give this one a little test. Oh yeah. Train's working. That's flowing good now. Let's use this thing and fill up the cow's water trough. Look at all that flow. I like it. I can definitely still hear air coming out of the system. I'm gonna get this water trough topped off, and then we will let everything sit for the night and then come out in the morning, see if there's any leaks, and if there is, we'll repair them. If there isn't, we can stop backfilling. That's gonna be nice. We have a new freshly roasted batch of coffee just for you. This time we don't have our Homestead Sunrise blend, but we are gonna have our limited edition I Like It light roast. I don't know about you guys, but I like it.
I like it too.
We're gonna be having our campfire decaf. This is the last batch we'll be having of the campfire decaf until fall. We're working on coming up with a new decaf roast that is organic and mountain water processed, meaning it isn't processed without chemicals. That's what the campfire decaf is. Those beans right now, unfortunately, are out until fall, until the new harvest comes in. So this will be the last time you can get the campfire decaf until fall. We have our In the Woods dock roast and our Modern Homestead cold brew right now, this time of the year. That has been delicious on the hot days, because I don't know about you guys, but it's been pretty warm here.
It has been pretty warm. In the cold brew, it just takes the edge off.
Hits the spot.
Starting today, the first 150 orders that we receive will receive a free Brutus sticker. We have this made up. It is so cute, and you can put it on your water jug, you can put it on your laptop, you can put it anywhere you want. It's really, really cute. And it's going to come free with your order. So if you're the first 150 orders, just make sure you look in your bag so that way you can make sure you get your free gift. And it would be for any orders, not just coffee, if you got merch or whatever. So
yep. So the coffee is going to be going live June 11th at 3 p.m. on our Lumnah Acres website. We'll have it linked down below. If you go to the website before 3 p.m., it's going to show all of the coffee sold out. And then at 3 p.m., they'll all be back in stock. So if you're seeing it's out of stock, just hit the refresh button at 3 p.m. and then everything will be back in stock. And once they're gone, they are gone, especially the decaf that'll be gone till fall. And like Gina said, the first 150 orders, you're gonna get the free Brutus sticker. I like the sticker. It looks just like them.
It's really cute. I love it. Or I like it. So if you're watching the video today, Tuesday, June 11th, make sure to set your alarm for 3 p.m. Eastern time so that you can go ahead and place your order and get yourself a free sticker within 150 orders.
So thanks everybody who's been purchasing the coffee from us and supporting our channel. That way, we really appreciate it. So if you want to get the decaf, I'd get on there sooner than later, because I'm sure it's going to go fast this time, because we're not going to have it till fall, and it's usually one of the first ones that sells out. And if you want to get yourself a Brutus sticker, click the link down below and place your order and be one of the first 150 orders to get that, because I'm going to be putting that on my coffee mugs.
So cute.
So thanks everybody who's been purchasing coffee. Now we're going to get on with the video. It is the next morning. We need to see if any of these fittings are leaking. We did nighttime chores last night using the hydrant. It was awesome. Did morning chores, used it a little bit more. It's awesome having running water down here. It makes all the work and effort so far worth it, but we still have quite a bit to do by filling in all these trenches, and I'm not looking forward to that, but it's got to get done. So let's get in this trench. We're going to check this hydrant for now, and then we'll go check the other hydrant, make sure those aren't leaking. We'll get these ones filled in, and then we'll go back and check all the other ones. I just want to get the barnyard taken care of first, because it's kind of a pain right now with the barnyard, the way I have this all torn apart for the cows and handling the cows. We're not able to put them out on pasture out there. We put them in this lower pasture, which all the grass is pretty much eaten by them. Let's get in this trench and see if we got any leaks. All right, so down here, I am not seeing any leaks there or there. So this hydrant is looking good. All right, so let's go over here and check this other hydrant, make sure we have no leaks. This one too. It's good and dry. No leaks. I like it. So far we are 2 for 2. We've checked 2 and no leaks. We'll worry about the other ones later on. I want to get this backfilled first, so then we can start using the barnyard, because we have a mess all over the place. So we'll focus on one mess at a time, and that'll make it a little bit easier. I want to have a lot of stone in there so we have a good drain bed. So every time we open and close that, it drains water down. It has a good place to drain and it's not going to freeze. All right, I don't know if we really need this, but I have it. So we're going to put weed fabric over this gravel bed area. So then that way the clay can't leach into it and then make it not drain well, if that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna bed this pipe in like I've been doing here. Make sure we don't have anything sharp by it and that it's laying down flat before I stop burying it with the excavator. All right, let's start getting this buried and then I'll bed further down. One of the things we've been trying to do with this project is beat the rain, and so far we do have some coming in the forecast, so I want to get this all closed up and cleaned up so that way we don't have a mud mess that we're dealing with, and then we can get it all raked out and seeded. That will be nice. So let me get the excavator over here and we'll finish backfilling this. All right, we are getting close to the second hydrant. That water must be groundwater because that's not a leak that was there the other day. So I'm not sure exactly why that spot gets wet and nothing else is. That's not from a leak that we have from the water line. So. I need to get these rocks out of our way. Always gotta stop at the big one. All right, let's go get this load dumped, and then I think there'll be one more load. Then we can get the barnyard put back together. We'll put the fence up and move the cows in. All right, now that we got all those stones picked up, we can go put that fence back up and get power to the electrical fence. And that will be nice. And then I can let the cows back up over this way. They can use the barnyard tonight to get in and out of the barn. Get the bottom one up first. I will say it feels good having the barnyard all back together, plus 2 new waterers. Now we just gotta go out there and finish putting the yard back together with 3 new waterers. Well, 2 new ones and 1 relocated one. So I'm excited about that too. I'm just not looking forward to picking up that mess. Good morning. So I don't have all of the water lines buried yet, but I got all the ones down here so we can use the barnyard. And it is a lot of work just filling everything back in and making it a nice clean area afterwards. So I'm gonna embrace using the water down here right now because this makes all the hard work worth it. We've never had water this close to a barn before, so I am excited for this. So I still want to figure out different setup ideas, like a convenient way to have the water. Do we want to put a sink base down here? We want to run water lines into the barn. The barn's not heated, so we can't use it all winter. And that's why I have the hydrant out here, not in the barn. We could run water lines in the barn, in the ceiling, run them up, and we could have water inside the barn by turning the hydrant on. That's an option. Someday, we're probably gonna have a roof over this side and have like a 10 or 12 foot deep bay on this side all covered in. So this hydrant would be in the barn at that point. So there's still just a lot of things to figure out, but it is nice having a hydrant out here.
Is that good? Nice and yummy.
Miles is doing good. He's been hanging out with the goats. Him and the goats have been getting along, which has been pretty interesting to see how they've been making out lately. And then Brutus, he comes in and he checks him out and starting to get to know Miles a little bit better, which is nice too. So yeah, it is a bummer that George is no longer here with us. We miss him, but we're glad that Miles is still doing good and that he's getting along well with the goats. Hope and Daisy really seem to like him. Or maybe they just like his food.
Let me do your face. It's been super cute to see him with the goats. I think he likes to be the boss.
All right, so now we can start burying and backfilling the lines on this side. I need to check and see if the fittings on this one are leaking, and the worst part is there's water over here because when I had the lines bleeding with air, this hydrant was left open, and I was way over at the other barn getting the air out over there, so there was a lot of water coming out of this hydrant filling up the ditch, and I was hoping it was going to dry out, but it hasn't. All right, we're gonna pump that water out before we backfill that hole in. So I grabbed our trash pump and we'll get this water sucked out of there. It's not super deep, so I'm not sure how much we're actually gonna be able to pump out, but we'll find out. All right, we weren't able to get it all out, but we got the majority of it out. We know we don't have any leaks, so now we can get this filled in. That should give us plenty of drainage.
Giving it a skirt.
We have so many big rocks just right here in this stretch. We can't put them back in the trench. They're way too big. So it's going to be interesting to see how short on dirt we're going to be. And there's a lot of big rocks up down that end and then on that one. So I have a feeling we're going to have to get some material to level everything off afterwards, because we're going to have a lot of rocks we got to move afterwards. Now I know it still doesn't look pretty, but we got the preliminary back drag and trench filled in down to Miles' hydrant. What do you think, Miles? I have a huge mess on the homestead. I pretty much destroyed the homestead. Hopefully it's just temporarily. So we got the lines all the way buried to here. The barnyard is put back together. So now we got to get from here down. And unfortunately, this hydrant is leaking at the top. I hate to have to do this, but we need to replace it. I sent Gina out to go get the replacement one. And then after we get that out, we'll return this one and get our money back. I really just want to not mess with it, bury it, and be done with it. But the proper thing to do is replace it now while we still have the hole open. Not sure why it's leaking. It could just be an O-ring, but I don't want to tear it apart and try to fix a brand new thing that should not be leaking from the beginning. So One of the bad parts is in order to take that out, we got to go drain the spring up above, so that way we don't have water down to these lines. And we're still going to have some water, so we got to drain the system, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a pain. We got to spend a couple of hours repairing this between running to town, getting parts, and then getting the system drained out, and then getting this out and replacing it. We're probably going to get wet. Gina is back right now, so that is good. So let me get this taken out. We can get it replaced and then get the rest of this done. Get the animals back out on pasture. We're also trying to beat the rain. This is definitely a big project that we're taking on, and it's gonna feel good to have it done. But in the process of it, it's not fun. All right, hopefully this doesn't leak, and then we can get everything put together and get everything backfilled and start getting our pastures back to the way they need to be. So I'm not sure why it's leaking like that. If you would know, let me know. But I don't want to bury the hydrant with it leaking that way, because I'm assuming I will regret making that decision. So we'll get this replaced. All right, so I have this drained as much as we can. So it'll be interesting to see how much water comes out from down there when I take that off. All right, I got my little doctor's bag and we're gonna go to work. Gotta do some surgery. Stinks because I can't plug it either, because I got to get new pipe tape on there so we don't get any leaks. So I got to let that drain out. I mean, it is nice and cold. Losing pressure fast. That wasn't too bad. We're almost out. We got the tape on. Now we'll put a good heavy coat of paste. This stuff is nasty, but it works so good. It's just such a mess. See? I wasn't even trying to do that. All right, there we go. I just had to find the right angle to get the threads started, and I didn't want to strip anything. Right there. All right. All right, let's head back up. We'll fill up the spring box, and then we'll have to bleed the system, get all the air out, and hopefully we don't have any leaks. Ready? Here it comes. All right, so we're hoping for no leaks up top, and I'm hoping that there's no leaks down where I just screwed it together. I have to get all the air out, but I don't want to do it without the hose because I don't want to get that hole any wetter than it is. I don't hear anything yet. You ready? Listen to the air. You can feel it. Put your hand right there. Water's coming, maybe. Can't feel it right now.
Oh, I did feel it.
It like moves. Hear it? All right, so we won't make a mess here. Let's go back over there and see if it's coming off the hose yet. It's starting to work its way out over here. All right, let's go over here, see if we got any leaks in any of the places. We are dry. I like it. And I'm gonna get in the hole, but I'm not seeing anything leaking from above. I'll shut it off, make sure we don't have anything happening. The weep hole is working when you drain. All right, it feels good to have the hydrant replaced, knowing that we have no more leaks and that the water system is all hooked up. Let's get over there, backfilled in with a load of stone right around the hydrant, and then we can go ahead and finish burying the line. All right, let's get the last of the hole filled in. Well, we didn't get it all done, but we got the majority of it all backfilled. Now I need to pick up the rocks and smooth it out, and I might have to get some fill to fill it in. We'll find out when we pick up the rocks. But this is where we're gonna end the video. Look at the beautiful sunset. Thank you for coming along on our journey with us. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe. We'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.